Welcome to the Grow Bridge. I'm Ivo Castillo, your host here in Miami. This podcast is for entrepreneurs and leaders with strong ties in Latin America who want to understand how Anglo founders think about growth, marketing, leadership, and decision making, and how to apply their mindset into your own business. Today, I'm excited to have Vincent Cresce. He is the founder of TG Partners. Hello, Vince. Can I call you Vince?
Yeah, Ivo, nice to meet you. Well, nice to talk to you again. Yes, you can call me Vince. Vince, Vinny, Vicente, Vincenzo, I go by.
Can you share about a little bit about your background and what is your role in TG Partners?
Sure. I always like to tell people that I'm a failed accountant. I got my CPA and I had this notion that I was going to go into the accounting world, the consulting route, work for KPMG and Deloitte. I grew up in the DC area. And after I got my CPA, when I was looking for jobs, it was all like public sector type accounting. So really boring, in some back office and some government building. And I couldn't find exactly what I wanted or what I thought was very interesting. And it just so happens that a software company was looking for an operations analyst, and a recruiter had passed it to me. And I didn't really think too much of it originally because it wasn't really at the time something I thought of doing. And for whatever reason, I took her up on it because I just wasn't finding things I really enjoyed. I have to say it was probably one of the greatest decisions I ever made because I got involved in this world of operations. That kind of very cool position in a company where, I deal with sales, deal with marketing, with finance, with all these different groups. And the real key of operations is finding ways to make things work. You're finding ways to make processes more efficient, or you're providing analysis to help people understand what things are working and what things aren't working. And you have to talk to different groups. You have to understand how marketing speaks versus how sales speaks or how finance speaks.
Mm-hmm.
And I love just kind of being that.
So, for our audience, in a short sentences, what is TG Partners and what is the value it gives? That is great question. Who buys your services and who uses them today, day to day? That brings me to this question. So you focus for our audience to know, you focus a lot in the go to market, right? They have no idea how to go to market. So you help them in that stage. So what shifts do you see in this GTM landscape for this year and specifically with AI? Is there a pattern that you have watched? Exactly. And I guess always say to my clients and the people who have spoke with the AI, of course, is amazing, but you still have to curate. So doesn't matter how many new features the AI, what agent you're using, what app with AI technology, pattern understanding and intelligence and behavior analysis is doing, you still have to give you your personality as a brand, as the goal you are trying to meet, curate it. Like I said, you have to curate it to the process of the AI, so to the implementation is a smooth and really can get the advantage and the futures of the AI. If not, it's just one automation like everything else, one app that you won't use properly, that in the end you gonna go to send it to the trash in your company because it doesn't work and nobody use it, right? Like Yes. 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 And in order to give a context, what is the price points of your services? How is it works? How much is the investment to work with you? Yeah. Okay. Great. And think about more about the industry and where does RevOps make the biggest lift first for your clients? Yeah. Yes. And that's bring me to this question. What is working well now for you and what is frustrating in your growth? Yeah. So, and you telling me this, which metrics matters most to your client? And can you share a recent client example about this? And let me ask you this. How do you target your B2B marketing? How do you get to your clients? How do you market yourself? Yeah. You know, the times go, we evolve, we have more technology, more social media, more algorithm. But I tell him by my experience, it's still the word of mouth. Nobody can beat it. Yes, yes. If you fix one bottleneck that slows your wins today, what is it and why? In your business in general. And thinking of that, where do you want to the business will be in the next 12 months? Hmm. And this is something more general. In this path or you have taken from since you start and now as a consultant in this world. What did you try to did and not work, and what did you learn from it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is great question. Great. Sorry, that is a great answer. Maybe because as work and a startup, I guess you see so many different things that can go wrong and so many hypotheses. I think every startup, as a definition, was a common sense everybody has in their mind is two guys, three guys that come with idea and trying to prove it. Just because or they think in somebody else or because they are suffering that pain and try to solve it and think that everybody has that same problem. But in the end, or more sooner than later, they discover that they have to pivot because the general pain point or benefits is not what they think they are. It is. So I guess thinking in the way you see it is just I have seen so many things that the best practices do that you should do and it doesn't work that oh my god I understand where. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. let's come with a final question, Vince. Yeah. Please, what is your mindset as entrepreneur? What is motivation? What is the advice you give to the people? Yes. Thank you, Vince. That was amazing interview. Thank you for your time. Guys, thank you for watching this episode. See you next time.